What's going on, man? It's your boy two times, man. And I'm about to teach y'all how to bet, man. A lot of beginners out there who be fucking this shit up, man. It's very simple, but your big only got you though. So check this out, right? Let's go look at an example, man. Told y'all, man, I got y'all, man. We gonna pop that shit up over here, but we also gonna give informative shit too, you know what I mean? So let's see. Let's see what we got going on here, man. All right, perfect example. So tonight's game, Washington and Washington and New York, right? Football. So they got, let's see, they got right now they got Washington favored by 3.5. That's 3.5, right? So it's tricky though. All right. So if Washington, let's say for instance, if Washington wins by three, you lose. In order to get that, you gotta have Washington win by four. I hate that. I hate the half point because sometimes that half point make a whole lot of difference. Uh, yeah. Sometimes it's good to get in the bets, kind of early so we can avoid shit like that. But then I like to be patient, because regardless if I feel strongly about a team, I'm gonna roll with that shit regardless if it go up another half point or not. But I like to look for certain shit, you know what I'm saying, before I make a bet. But I'm gonna show you how to make a bet. So if New York was to lose by four, right? Say for instance you bet it on New York and they was to lose by four, you lost. Now if you bet it on New York and it was to lose by three, you won because it's under the 3.5. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The half point can favor you. You know what I'm saying? Just like it can fuck you up. So also, let's see. They got the over and under, which is 40.5, right? So the over and under is pretty much the total score. So they're basically saying that both teams either is going to score under 40 and a half points or over 40 and a half points. So let's say, for instance, it don't matter how the score is. This could be a blowout, close game, no matter what it is. Let's say, for instance, right, you took the over and the score was 2020, which is 40. You lost because the spread was 40 and a half. Now, let's say, for instance, if it was 21-20 and you took the over, you won. You pretty much betting that them teams is either gonna go, like I said, under or over that. So now, let's say for instance, right, if the spread was four, let's say for instance, if Washington won 2016 and you bet at Washington, you won, but you don't win as much as you won if they would have went over four. So pretty much you get all your money if they win by five, but when you push at four, you still win, but you don't get as much though. They deduct some shit from you. Uh, Money line, pretty much like betting in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like such and such is gonna win this. It don't matter by how much. I just know they're gonna win. So for instance, if I take Washington money line, I'm betting that I don't give a fuck what happened, regardless of the score, that Washington is gonna win by 1 point. That's all I need them to win by. Same thing goes for the Giants. If you took the Giants, right? Let's say, for instance, right? Because this shit has happened before. Let's say, for instance, if if the spread was like Washington plus one, that means wash. No. +1 means that they pretty much losing. -1 is the no. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. No, yeah, I'm right. The minus is the winner. So if they got like Washington -3.5, which is right now, that means they got Washington going to win by 3.5. If it's, what I'm saying, with the New York, if it's plus, that means, what I'm saying, that they favor to lose, so you bet under. So to go back to what I was saying is, let's say, for instance, if it was Washington -1, which is Washington by 1, or Washington -2, which is Washington by 2. If they tie and you bet at Washington, you still lose because they were supposed to win. They wasn't supposed to tie. Now, if you took New York and they tie and it was Washington, -1, -2, or even a spread, you win because they didn't lose. They didn't lose. Yeah, shit like that can get real tricky for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. We got the over, but the money lines though, it's just like I said, betting in the hood. So I'm just taking Washington straight up. That means I'm just gonna pick Washington. Or even if you wanted to take the underdog, sometimes taking the underdog is just gonna give you more money if you take them straight up. If you feel like the underdog is gonna win, right? So you probably would get more money. Since Washington is favored, you would get more money betting New York to win if they was a win than you would Washington. But like for instance, right? Gonzaga and Baylor, right? I want to say Gonzaga was favored by like 6 or 7 or something like that in the championship game. I took Baylor money line because I knew Baylor was going. I didn't take Baylor spread because I would have won still, but I want more money because I took Baylor, the underdog, taking them straight up. Then I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, because betting the money line is pretty much playing it safe, But you know what I'm saying? Especially, it's pretty much playing it safe, especially for a winner. That's playing it safe. That's like, I don't think you're gonna cover the spread, but I know for sure that you're gonna win. So I'm gonna take that. Now, when I took Baylor, they was the underdog, and I took their money line. So I got, I don't know how many times per that I got, but I got a decent amount of some, you know what I'm saying, for my bet. But yeah. So let's go another example, right? Over and under 42, right? And I took the over, right, for 42. And I pushed. You lost because it was supposed to be over. But if you took the under on a 42, then you win. Yeah, you win. You win. So that's just betting 1-on-1. You can apply this to NBA, basketball. I know I've seen like boxing, like as far as like rounds, like for instance, Wilder and Fury, they such and such. Let's say for instance, like if the spread was like I like Fury knockout by like round 8, like what I'm saying, over or under or whatever, right? No, not the over and under, but yeah, like Fury knockout round 8. So pretty much it'd be like you betting that Fury gonna knock out Wilder before 8. Or I want to say I think they'll let you slide with a push by 8. Usually when I had bet the boxing, I usually always hit. It's for like saying that, what I'm saying, such and such was either not gonna get knocked out by that time period, or they was gonna knock him out by that time period. So I never pushed, as far as in that sport, but I've always took the, because usually most of the time it's just either he is or he not. So what I'm saying, if you think he is, You know what I'm saying? You take the opposite. You take him. If you think he not, you take the opposite. Hope I ain't confused y'all. You know what I'm saying? So the kind of, money line is betting the team straight up, no matter what it is. Uh, when you see a number as far as for instance, such and such -3, they saying that team is going to win by 3 or more. And if you see such and such +3, that means that team was going to lose by 3 or less. So if you sit over there and took New York, like I said, New York by 3, right? That means that they're not going to lose by more than 3. So when you betting spreads, you don't necessarily got to believe that team is going to win. You know what I'm saying? You could, for instance, if they say that, let's say for instance the spread was like 10, right? Washington by 10. You may think that Washington is going to win, like off your head, but you like, they're not going to win by 10 though. So if you think that, then you would take New York +10. You know what I'm saying? So, it kind of get a little tricky, at times, with sometimes with the, but it's it's hella simple. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the money line, the spread, and the over and the unders, pretty much self-explanatory. It always had got tricky for me. Like man, I hate pushing. Like I had took I think it was like week 2 or week 3. I had better than the preseason. Man, I had a decent little bet, but Oakland, I think it was Oakland. They pushed. No, was it Oakland? No, the Niners had pushed because Gold missed the damn extra point. It happens like that because Vegas got a damn system. You know what I'm saying? They kind of rig this shit, son. Because a lot of the times they be dead on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be off the wall type shit, but a lot of the times, I'll say like 97% of the time, they be dead on in the vicinity. So you got to learn how to play with this thing. You got to learn how to you know what I'm saying? A lot of people they be studying this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted to be, I'll say if you wanted to be safe, say take you a nice lump of cash and bet it on one team. Just I know for sure, I'm like 98% sure that this team is going to win. Because you're never 100% sure on this shit. Me, myself, I like doing parlays. I like pretty much multiple teams. I like betting small to win big. So I might mess around, make like a 6-17 parlay. I might have threw like dub or 30 down on it, but I'm gonna win like a band or something like that. You know what I mean? Or I'm probably gonna win more than the band. It just all depends on what I took, on if I took spreads or money lines. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty much when you take more chances, as far as like with the spreads and things of that nature, the money goes up as far as, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's a little different. Like for instance, on the NFL, it's pretty much 100% guaranteed that a couple teams is not going to cover. That's guaranteed. Even on basketball, on every slate, it's a given that a couple teams is not going to cover. And it is a given that a couple teams will cover. Now, in a couple slates, like when I was doing basketball, and it'd be like a TNT slate, like, it'd be like a handful of teams playing. There has been a time where none of them covered. It was all like against the line. But it can get complex. But if you just stick with the basics, man, and just stick with what you know, man, you could be very profitable in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love betting. I love sports. You know what I'm saying? Because I do fantasy football. I bet on that shit. I'm betting on the NFL every week. I'm betting on basketball a couple nights a week. But that's pretty much it. Once the season is done, I don't bet no more. I don't be, you know what I'm saying? Boxing here and there, like Floyd. Oh yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, I had to take Floyd because he was on always do my thing, and then toward the end, you know what I'm saying? a few times it was gonna go the distance. So yeah, of course I took that it wasn't gonna go the distance. But baseball, I've looked at the spreadsheets, but I've never bet at baseball. But I want to say baseball, from what I've seen, they look like it go by money lines. Baseball go by money lines. I haven't really paid attention to like overs and unders. I'm not too sure that baseball do go overs and unders. But if I were you, I probably would just stick with just the money lines on the baseball. I'll stick with that. Stick with the money line. Because I'm shit, to be honest with you, baseball will probably be a little easier. You know what I'm saying? Just sticking money line like this team such and such is gonna win. Also, you can do like future bets. Like for instance, you can bet before the season, such and such is gonna win the bowl. Such and such is gonna sit over there and not go to the playoffs. They got that type of bet too. They also got prop betting. I've done that and I've won a few times. For instance, uh, I did a prop bet. I think the last prop bet I did was Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose over and under like 23 points. And this is when Derrick Rose before he started falling up. I took the over. I won a nice little sum off that because I threw a lot on this. Sometimes like the prop bets, it just all depends. Like if it's like an easy type of bet, like for instance, all right, let's say for instance, the Chiefs is going against the Texans or the Jaguars. If you took the Chiefs, you're not gonna win as much money as if you would have maybe took the Texans or Jaguars, or if it was an evenly matched team. Like for instance, uh, what's an evenly matched team? I guess you could have said before they got their ass whooped, the Titans and the Cards. You know what I'm saying? That could have went either way. So you would have got a decent amount of sum on an evenly matched team with whoever you took, especially if you would have took the underdog. Or for instance, that Ravens and Baltimore game, the league may not have looked at it as maybe as an evenly matched team, but that was an evenly matched game. So if you took Oakland, oh, you for sure cashed out. I seen Ken Red, you feel me? He betted like what? Like 5 bands, you feel me, on Oakland and came out with like 10, 12 bands. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you know what I'm saying? If you know your shit and you feel it, roll with it. You always go with your gut. Because if you get to thinking twice and some shit like that, and you go against your gut, your gut was most likely right. Oh, that used to happen to me. When I first started this shit, that used to happen to me all the time. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should have took that. If I would have took that, I would have won. And I hate when I got like a parlay and I have like 6 teams down and I'll lose by like 1 point or some shit like that. Oh, that shit makes me sick to my damn stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets that close too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of started rolling a little bit more with the short bets. Like for instance, like if I'm gonna do a parlay, sometimes now I'm gonna just do a little shorter card, but just throw more money on it, so I can still get a nice little sum off that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, what I'm saying, I was like, man, I'm feeling lucky, man. So I'm gonna sit over there and bet everything on the NFL, man. Take the parlay, man. Just roll with what I feel and just see what happens. I want to say one time I was hella close. I didn't go off my bet. I bet it like $10. I was gonna win like I want to say I was gonna win like 3 bands. And I second guessed myself. The cool thing about it is like a Chief and a Raider game. I want to say I second guessed myself on the over. This is when Alex Smith was with the Chiefs. I had second guessed on the over. I want to say what did I do? It was my gut was to go under, but I didn't go with my gut, so I took over because I already took the winner, which was going to be the Chiefs. Man, when I tell you when they ran out that damn clock, when they could have kicked that field goal to put me up, the when they could have yeah, man. No, I'm mistaken. I took the over. And that's when they was gonna kick the field goal. So I'm thinking that they're gonna sit over there and kick the field goal and get them back to them, let them do their little run out the clock bullshit. Nah, these motherfuckers went 3-and-out on 4th down. These motherfuckers ran the football to kill more clock. I'm hoping like maybe Oakland could throw a Hail Mary. No, these motherfuckers fucked up. Threw a pick. Motherfuckers sat down. And I just watched my bands go away type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I remember a lot of my losses, man. I do, especially my close ones. Oh man, but this year is gonna be a good year though, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of got like a tad, even though I'm kind of busy, I got a tad bit more time to kind of study. You know what I'm saying? Kind of study, you know, what's going on in the league a little bit more. So I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying? It should be a good year for me, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the losses is minimum to none going forward. But you know how I go, man. It's part of the game, man. Losses are part of the game. Hopefully you win more than what you lose, man. Shit, play it safe. That's all I say. If you're feeling lucky, do you know what I'm saying? Because you probably gonna hit, you know what I'm saying? If you a lucky motherfucker, I'll say sometimes try your luck. But if you an unlucky motherfucker, just go safe. You know who you is. You know what type of motherfucker you is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like, I love this shit. Like me, I'm gonna take tonight. I'm taking Washington. I'm taking Washington. Like, I'm late. I wanted to take their ass by 3. But you know, when you wait late, you feel me? Sometimes that shit go up. For some reason, motherfuckers thinking the Giants, you feel me? If the Giants win, I'll be hella surprised, you feel me? Because I'm hella high on this defense. This defense will probably score on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Tell me what you think, man. And if I missed something, put that shit in the comments, man. And let's inform the people, man. But yeah, man, I'm out.